Hello everyone, my name is Ngangom Sweetie Chanu. Today I am going to give a presentation on the topic time temperature indicators, which is related with the packaging of food materials. First of all, let us have a look about the contents, which is started with introduction, classification such as critical temperature indicators, critical temperature or time indicators, and time temperature indicators or indicators, which is followed by current TTI system use and again advantages, and finally the conclusion. Since the time temperature indicators are a part of intelligent packaging, let us start with a brief introduction about intelligent packaging. By intelligent packaging, we mean a packaging system using different indicators for monitoring the conditions of production, but in particular conditions during the transportations, distributions, and then storage of the food product. It is an extension of the communication functions of traditional packaging, and it also communicates information to the consumer based on its ability to sense, detect, or record external or internal changes in the product's environment. That is, it shows the capabilities of carrying out the intelligent functions such as sensing, detecting, tracing, recording, and communicating to facilitate the decision making, to extend the shelf life of the food products, and it also improves the quality and enhance the safety of the products, and also provides the information and warns about the possible problems which is related with the food production. Among these indicators include the time temperature indicators to monitor changes in temperature which is exposed to the products and to inform consumers about the potential risks which is associated with the consumption of these products. Now let's go to the main topic, time temperature indicator. What is meant by time temperature indicator? By time temperature indicators, we mean it is the device that can show easily measurable time temperature dependent change that reflects the full or partial temperature history of a food product to which it is attached. Since the temperature variations in a food product can lead to changes in food product safety and the quality, as this temperature is one of the crucial factors for maintaining the quality and safety of the food products, this time temperature indicator show an irreversible change in physical characteristic, usually color or shape, in response to temperature history. This time temperature indicator can be classified as either partial history or full history indicator depending on their response mechanisms. So what is the principles of this time temperature indicator? The principles of this time temperature indicator is a mechanical, chemical, electrochemical, enzymatic, or microbiological irreversible change, usually expressed as a visible response in the form of mechanical deformation, color development, or color movement. For example, for chemical or physical response, it is based on chemical reactions or physical change towards time and temperature, such as acid-base reactions, melting, etc. And for biological response, it is based on change in biological activity such as microorganisms, spores, or enzymes towards time and temperature. So the rate of change is temperature dependent, increasing at higher temperature, similar to the deteriorative reactions responsible for product quality deterioration. It should be noted that selecting an indicator for a particular product is very important, that the indicator should closely match the quality of the product as a function of time and temperature. Now let's see the classifications of this time temperature indicator. The time temperature indicators may be classified into three main categories. They are critical temperature indicators, critical temperature or time integrators, time temperature indicator or integrators. The first one is critical temperature indicators. These critical temperature indicators show exposure above or below a reference temperature. They involve a time element that is usually short, that is a few minutes up to a few hours, but they are not intended to show history of exposures above critical temperatures. They merely indicate the fact that the product was exposed to an undesirable temperature for a time sufficient to cause a change critical to the safety or the quality of the food product. The good examples of such cases are the irreversible textural deteriorations that happens when the phase changes occurs. Denaturations of an important protein above a critical temperatures or a growth of a pathogenic microorganisms are other important cases where these critical temperature indicators would be useful. Next is critical temperatures time integrators. These critical temperatures or time integrators are useful in indicating breakdowns in the distribution chain of the product or for the product in which the reactions important to quality or safety are initiated or occur at measurable rates above a critical temperatures. Examples of such reactions are microbial growth or enzymatic activity that are inhibited below a critical temperature. So the last is the time temperature indicator or integrators. These time temperature integrators or indicators give a continuous temperature dependent response throughout the product's history. They integrate in a single measurement the full time temperature history and can be used to indicate an average temperatures during distributions and can also be correlated to continuous temperature dependent quality loss reactions in foods. Next comes with current TTI system. The current TTI systems consist of three main types. They are diffusion-based time temperature indicator system, enzymatic time temperature indicator system, and the third one is polymer-based time temperature indicator system. First one is diffusion-based time temperature indicator system. In this diffusion-based time temperature indicator system, I'll take the example of this 3M monitor mug, which is an example of this diffusion-based time temperature indicator systems, as there are lots of other examples such as TT sensor, which is included in this system. So this 3M monitor mug is a diffusion-based indicator and acts on the color change of an oxidable chemical system controlled by temperature-dependent permeations through a film. The action is activated by a blue dye fatty acid ester diffusing along a wick. The useful range of the temperatures and the response life of these time temperature indicators are determined by the types of esters and concentration at the origin. Here in figure number 2, show the diagram of this 3M monitor mug. The response of the indicator is measured by the progressions of the blue dye along the track, and this is complete when all these 5 windows are blue in color. This response refers to the time taken to complete these blue colors for all the 5 windows at a constant temperature above the response temperature of the tag. One is enzymatic based time temperature indicators. Here I'll take the example of Bishop time temperature indicator, which is an enzymatic indicator. Before activation, the indicator consists of 2 separate compartments in the form of plastic mini pouches. One compartment contains an aqueous solution of a lipolytic enzyme such as pancreatic lipase. The other compartment contains the lipid substrate absorbed in a pulverized PVC carrier and suspended in the aqueous phase and a pH indicator mix. The hydrolysis of the substrate causes acid release and the pH drop is translated into a color change of a pH indicator, which is from deep green to bright yellow to finally orange red. The figure 3 shows the diagram for this enzymatic time temperature indicator. So this indicator is based on a color change caused by pH decrease, which is the result of a controlled enzymatic hydrolysis of a lipid substrate. The third one is polymer-based time temperature indicators. Here I'll take the examples the freshness monitor and the fresh egg indicator, which are based on the solid-state polymerization reactions. These polymer-based time temperature indicators is based on solid-state polymerization reactions, which results in the highly colored polymer. The freshness monitors consist of an orthogonal piece of laminated papers, the front face of which includes a strips with a thin coat of the colorless diacetylenic monomers and the two barcodes, one about the products and the others identifying the model of the indicator. Here in this case, the color change in the barcodes are monitored using specially programmed handheld microcomputer with an optical one. The product shelf life can be calculated from the change in color with respect to the prior time temperatures experiences fed to the program. In another type of polymer-based time temperature indicator, that is the Freizek version, it is round and the color of the active center of the time temperature indicator is compared to the reference color of a surrounding ring. Here in figure 5 shows the Freizek indicator. In this figure, it shows that the indicator consists of a small circle of a polymer surrounded a printed reference ring. The inside polymer circle darkens if the package has experienced unfavorable temperature exposure, and the intensity of the color is measured and compared to the reference color scale on the label. The faster the temperature increases, the faster the color changes occur in the polymer. So the response of the time temperature indicator is the color change measured as a decrease in reflectance. So these are the commonly used current TTI system in the food product. Let's see what are advantages of this time temperature indicator. Various advantages can be derived from this time temperature indicator apart from the reluctance of the food producers to adopt the time temperature indicator due to cost, reliability, and applicability. The advantages of these time temperature indicators are: these time temperature indicators can be used to monitor the temperature exposures of food products during the distributions from the production up to the time they are displayed at the supermarket. The information from this time temperature indicator can be used for overall monitoring of the distribution system, leading to the recognition and the corrections of weak links in the distribution chain. The presence of this time temperature indicator itself would probably improve the handling and also act as a reminder to the distribution employees throughout the distribution chain of the importance of the proper storage, that is the proper temperature storage of the food product. This time temperature indicator monitors the extensions of shelf life of food products during transportations and handling. A time temperature indicator based system leads to effective quality control of the chill chain, optimizations of stock rotations, and reductions of waste. The assumption is that all the products have gone through uniform handling. Quality is basically seen as a function of time. So, an approach is developed which is called least shelf life first out, that is LSFO. The LSFO system would reduce the number of rejected products and largely eliminate the consumer dissatisfactions, since the fractions of product with unacceptable quality at consumption time can be minimized with this approach. So these are the brief advantages which can be derived from this time temperature indicator. Now let's go to the conclusion. The time temperature indicator, which is also a part of intelligent packaging, is an innovative technology which is developing in the recent years. It provides a summary about the temperatures of the product accumulated in time history, recording the effect of time and temperatures. As we know that the temperature is one of the crucial factors which affect the quality and the safety of food products during distribution, transportation, and storage. The monitoring and recording the temperatures of these products conditions during the distribution and storage are of great importance. I took the reference for my presentations from this paper and from this book, Novel Food Packaging Techniques by Raisa Abenanen. The consumers feels happy if the product is safe for consumption. So I'll wind up here. Thank you everyone for listening.